When many people think of TIFF, they think of famous movie stars, glitzy red carpets. But if you stick around late enough into the night, you might see something a little different. TIFF's Midnight Madness is all about the odd, the wild, and sometimes the downright horrifying. Midnight Madness programmer Peter Kuplowsky, is with us in studio. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You have late nights, so we appreciate it. Okay, for the uninitiated, Midnight Madness, what's it all about?
It's basically a rock concert during the festival. Every night, while everyone else is at parties, there's 1,200 people off in the Ryerson Theater watching the craziest movie that TIFF programmers can find.
And what does that mean? So, like, you're in charge of this sort of thing. So what are you programming? We're
programming horror films, science fiction movies, martial art films, but specifically anything that is going to electrify an audience and surprise them minute to minute.
So talking about right now, we're looking at the sequel to Halloween is coming out, the reboot.
This was a goal when I was working on the program for this year. My goal was I got to get the new Halloween movie because I'm a big fan of the series. There've been so many sequels and remakes, but what's special about this one is just they make all the right decisions. It's kind of like the Force Awakens of slasher films.
Really? Yeah. And then, of course, you got The Predator as well. So two really big tentpole, big Hollywood movies.
And I was sensitive to play movies like that, but I was confident about it because I felt these films really express the artistic signature of the filmmakers that are behind them and to take really bold, irreverent decisions that I think are going to surprise audiences.
Those are two really big movies, but talk to me about some other movies that might come in under the radar, surprise people who should wait in line and go see.
Yeah, we're hoping that those movies will attract people to the smaller films like The Wind, which is directed by Emma Tammy, which is a really great horror film that I describe as kind of the Witch meets Meeks cutoff, and it's really great to see more women working in genre, so I really wanted to support that film. I'm so excited that we're playing The Man Who Feels No Pain, which is a martial arts film from India, and I've always wanted to play an Indian movie at midnight because the movie is just so wild. It's about a guy who feels no pain since birth, and he uses that as a superpower to basically keep the streets safe of Mumbai. And it's so much fun and a big crowd pleaser.
You know, we're looking forward to this year, but talk to me about like years past. Give me a sense of the flavor of Midnight Madness in years past.
Well, it's kind of a program where anything can happen. It's got really wild intros. I mean, some of the most notorious screenings were the Borat screening.
I was at that one.
Where the projector didn't work, and it became this incredible circus where Sacha Baron Cohen was like up on stage. That's not going to happen this year.
He did a Q&A. He did an extemporaneous Q&A because he wanted to keep the fans excited.
Yeah, and last year we had Nicolas Cage. We had the disaster artist with a giant inflatable football that was bouncing around the room. Like, it really is kind of a rock show sensibility.
And the stars who come in, the stars of these movies, when they come in, do they get a sense that this is something a little different as well?
Well, it's funny because sometimes when they're coming, they ask, do we actually have to stay till midnight? Do we have to do a Q&A at 2 in the morning? And they ask those questions until they hear the audience and their reactions, and then they're like, can this keep going? Can we stay here even longer? The audience is so reactive at midnight. It's unlike any... It's why I got into film festivals. I went to a Midnight Madness show, and I was hooked.
Look, TIFF is all about the fans going to movies. And Midnight Madness is that turned up to 11, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Very much so.
Thank you so much. Good luck with this year. It's going to be a great one. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And you can check out Midnight Madness at the 43rd Toronto International Film Festival, which begins on Thursday.